Yesterday I talked about faith and what do you put your and what faith is. But of course, what you put your faith in is actually the real question, isn't it? Some people believe in Buddhism, some in Islam, some in science, some in themselves. So I want to ask the question, it's always such a good question, what is your God like? And how do you know that? What is this God that you might put your faith in? What is he like? And sometimes people talk about the bigness and the strength and the omnipotence and the power and the this and the that, attributes of God. But sometimes the Bible makes it very intimate, makes it very personal, the relationship that this God wants to have with us. Psalm 139 puts it like this: Lord, you have searched me and you've known me. You know when I get up and when I sit down. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it altogether, Lord. Where could I go from you, God? Where could I flee? If I go up to the heavens, you're there. If I make the grave my bed, you're there. If I flee to the furthest corners of the oceans, if there was no travel ban, if I could get there, even there you'd be with me. Your right hand would hem me in and hold me fast. The psalmist says a lovely thing. He says, even if it was all dark, you, God, can see in the dark. And of course the psalmist is really saying, even if it was all terrible, even if it was all awful, you're there, God, even in the midst of that difficult darkness. And so God knows all about us. He knows what we're going to say, what we're going to do. He knows all of that stuff. And yet it says this, the psalm goes on, 139 is such a beautiful psalm. It goes on to say, before I was, you knew me. You knew me in my mother's womb. As my bones were knit together, you were there. You had a plan for me. And how precious to me are your thoughts. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of the sand. God's thoughts to us are like, I'm thinking of you. Pick up a grain of sand. Pick up a handful of sand from the beach. I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking about you. I'm still thinking about you. I'm still having lovely thoughts about you. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. On and on forever. God is always thinking about us. We are on God's heart. Not only does he know what we're doing, but he's so intimately connected and he loves it. And then the psalmist, I think, has this picture of God counting like he's with us, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you. And the psalmist falls asleep because this is just going on. And then he says, when I awake, you're still there. I'm still with you. So when you're thinking about what to put your faith in or who to put your faith in, you might want to put your faith in a God who's omnipotent and all powerful and omniscient and all of those things. But you might want to think about a God who just knows us and loves us and has the best for us on his heart. No thought for tomorrow, because it's a Saturday and everyone deserves a Saturday off. And then you can join us for Zoom church on Sunday at 10:30. It was a hoot last week. Let's see what happens this week. Bye.